Welcome back to Weekly Briefing. This week, Senator Ted Cruz questioned the Executive Assistant Director of the National Security Branch of the FBI at a hearing. Cruz pressed her on the possible role that federal agents played in January 6th.
How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants actively participate in the events of January 6th? Yes or no?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants commit crimes of violence on January 6th?
I can't answer that, sir.
Did any FBI agents or FBI informants actively encourage and incite crimes of violence on January 6th?
Sir, I can't answer that.
She's saying she can't answer it because of sources and methods and trying to protect, the way that the FBI does business. However, that was the FBI targeting Americans. That shouldn't be protected as classified. What do you think, Chris?
She's lying, and this is criminal. And it's not the first time the FBI has either set up, conducted, encouraged people to break the law. Sadly, they have a long track record of doing so. People need to look at the Michigan Wolverine case and the kidnapping of Governor Whitmer. Another case recently, half the people involved in the kidnapping were either FBI agents or their sources. And they're going to kidnap a sitting United States governor. And so in this case, you have another instance where the FBI and their confidential informants were actively involved in the violent attack of the Capitol. And this woman has the gall to sit there and tell a United States senator, not that she can't answer the question, but that she won't.
Yeah.
And the only reason she won't is because the information is so incredibly damning. That's why.
Yeah, well, she can't. She will incriminate herself or people with her. But
I think a special prosecutor should be appointed to investigate this.
I think that would be very interesting. I'm not sure Garland will do that, but maybe next time. The NCAA is the latest organization to pivot from its once strict COVID rules. Unlike the CDC, the NCAA issued a statement recognizing natural immunity. The organization said that athletes who previously had COVID will be recognized as fully vaccinated. Shay, what do you think about this?
Well, it's a step because it has a limit of 90 days, I believe, but no pun intended, it is a step. It could be a game changer because finally an organization is recognizing science that immunity actually helps push back against virus. That's amazing, right? It's hard to believe that we're this far away from actually talking about the facts. The Florida Surgeon General has even talked about the fact that we have been so focused on only vaccinations that we haven't looked at treatment and immunity the way we should. And he said that he believes it's responsible for deaths of COVID.
I think that might be right. It seems like they're focusing on what are the mandates and what can we make money on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. The hashtag #BearShelvsBiden has been trending on social media the past few days. People went to their local grocery store, took pictures of empty shelves, and shared them online. To add into stores having trouble stocking shelves, inflation has surged to the highest rate in 40 years. Do you think the Biden-Harris administration is capable of turning this around?
Absolutely not. And our biggest chance to turn this around are midterm elections. And so we got to get rid of Biden. We can't get rid of him until, but we got to get rid of, we got to change the shape of what's going on.
But that's a good point, because I think a lot of people are expecting Biden to somehow go away after midterms.
I've been wondering how that would happen, and there's some theories of how it could, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But we certainly, midterms should hopefully help us change what's happening in this country right now.
I hope you're right. Terry, what do you think?
I think we have to be really clear about who the biggest victims are of bare shelves Biden, right? And that is families. The American family, go to the grocery store today. You can't get the good quality food, the nutritious food. It's really tough to find meat. It's impossible to find produce. We can get the frozen food stuff, right, though, all the stuff from the big corporations. This is hurting our kids. It's making them less nutritious. We're giving our kids junk now because there's nothing on our shelves. And by the way, when we use these terms, right, like inflation, that is a pay cut. That's what that translates to the American family. So if you made $50,000 last year and your inflation is 7%, you just lost like $3,500. Yeah. That's real money.
And it happened so fast. I think that, quite honestly, is the biggest part that astonished me. I knew that Biden was going to be bad for America. I knew these socialist policies would be bad for America. But the rate, it's been a year.
Guys, gasoline is $1.30 more than what it was this time last year. And most of us probably on this panel heat our house with natural gas, and it's up 31%. Electricity to heat your home is up like 6%. Everybody on this panel, everybody in America is feeling what's going on right now.
And they continue to talk about more deficit, more debt, more taxes, and so if they keep this up, things will get worse.
I think so. I think so too. Chris, how do we correct the supply chain issue? Or do we wait till midterms?
Yeah, the only way that this changes is with a radical change of the administration's policies. They're not going to change. This is an ideological battle for them. They can't be persuaded or shown economic models or discuss rates or any
Right.
sort of economic policies. This is an ideological foundation piece for them. I mean, this is Marxism light. They're going to
Right.
control the means of production. And that's the approach, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Guess what? 2024, that'll be the change. Until then, we're going to ride this into the sort of managed decline that Obama started. This is the third term of Obama
Right.
and America's managed decline. The only way it shifts is by a radical change in 2024.
I think you're right. All right, it is time for the lightning round. Here we have 3 minutes and give the panelists each 10 seconds to answer and get through as many questions as possible. We'll start with Chris. A New York Times opinion writer pitched a Biden-Liz Cheney ticket in 2024. What's your reaction?
Hillary 2024.
All I got to say is you got to be kidding me.
I mean, that would be a gift to
It
Republicans.
would.
I just can't believe that Democrats are teaming up with the daughter of Darth Vader. It's great.
It's a joke. It will never happen.
It will never happen, no. Yeah, anyway, okay. What is one issue Republicans should focus on ahead of the midterms?
Shutting down anything having to do with vaccine passports.
The main thing is leadership, changing leadership. They need foundational change.
They need to empower parents to take back control of their kids' education and upbringing.
Tabletop issues, things that impact you every single day.
All right. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti said Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg saved Christmas for helping get all those shipments out.
Garcetti needs an IQ test.
It must be because of all the improvements he did on daycare, right?
Right.
It's absolutely impossible because Pete Buttigieg was on maternity leave and learning how to breastfeed.
Right.
I was going to ask, did it happen before or after his maternity leave?
Right. He was busy. Okay. If you were caught on a hot mic, how would you describe Anthony Fauci?
Jerk.
Corrupt.
The Walmart version of Napoleon.
Okay. Okay.
Arrogant, elitist.
You guys are all so nice and professional. That's
Well,
not
we
what I was
understand.
thinking. Okay.
I didn't go first.
Starting this Saturday in D.C., you must show your vaccine passport in order to go anywhere. Will you comply?
Ausweis bitte.
No.
Absolutely not.
I don't have one.
All right, well, hear to hear, folks. Okay, don't go anywhere. When we come back from the break, we cover which topics our panel thought was important. But first, take a look at the craziness of a pro-vaccine advocate.
Vaccinate. You gonna get corona from Mona. Don't vaccinate. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. You gotta vaccinate in the Lone Star State. Vaccination is so great. Vaccinate me all day long.